Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. If you like my channel, please press the subscribe button. So today I am going to be showing you how I get down into my garden. So the project for today is to give my tomato plants and all my fruit producing plants a top up with phosphorus. So for that I'm going to be using bone meal and a top up with calcium. So I have some crushed eggshell that I'm going to be using for the calcium and the bone meal that I made. I'm also at the moment preparing a solution. It's an experiment where I have some shredded cheese that has gone bad. I don't want to put the cheese in the garden because if I do that, it's going to attract mice. So what I am experimenting with, I have some water that I'm boiling on the stove, and I'm going to be putting the shredded cheese in there to see if I can get it into a liquid state. And then when it cools down, I will use it to water the root of the plant, because now that my tomatoes are in the stage where they are either producing fruits or they're flowering, the plant is going to be needing more calcium. So in order to prevent bottom end rot, I am going to be giving it a top up of calcium. But also don't forget that in addition to adding the source of calcium, you need to ensure that the soil remain moist, because without the moisture the plant cannot absorb the calcium. Okay, so let's get started with the crushed eggshell first. When I was planning my garden, I planned for the plants to have sufficient spacing in between. My intention was to grow indeterminate tomatoes, not the bushy variety. Unfortunately, the seeds that I use, I wasn't able to find any of the indeterminate seeds, and so the seeds that I used came from either store-bought tomatoes, or some of my tomatoes I actually bought the seedlings. So it turned out that all of my tomatoes are the bushy variety, much to my dismay, because I don't like the bushy variety, but that's what I've got. So all of the space that I'm supposed to be having between my plants is no longer there, and you can't prune off the suckers of your tomatoes if it is the bushy variety. So I'm stuck with my garden being a little bit more clustered than I would like it to be. I do prune my bushy tomatoes, as you may have seen in one of my previous videos, but I don't prune the suckers off. Okay, so now I'm going to add the bone meal. And you don't want to add too much phosphorus to your plants, just a little is enough. It's a bit of a challenge for you to see what I am doing because this thing is so clustered. So the purpose of the potassium here is to encourage the plant to flower. I added too much compost to my garden over the fall, way more than the plants need, so it has resulted in a lot of foliage but very little flowering. So that is why I'm adding a bit of the potassium, sorry, not potassium, the phosphorus, the bone meal, in order to encourage the plant to produce more flowers. Now let's go over to my strawberries, because I have to find ways to protect them from the birds. This strawberry patch had so many nice big juicy looking strawberries, but the magpies ate all the strawberries. I do mean all of them. So at the moment I cannot secure the strawberries the way I'd like to, so I am doing some little makeshift ways of protecting the strawberries from these magpies. I'm hoping it will work for now. So what I have is the mesh that I bought onions in, so I'm just gonna be using it to cover the strawberries. I'd rather use this type of mesh, but I don't have any more of that. I bought ginger in there. Just hoping that at least this will be enough to protect the fruits. I don't have a lot of those mesh, so for now I'll just have to protect them as they come along, or as I get more of these mesh to use. This is my kids' raised bed, so I'm just gonna be doing the same thing to it. They've got carrot and strawberries, tomatoes, one lettuce out of all the lettuces that we planted actually germinate and is growing in here, and they have a cucumber. So that's all they have this year. But they're quite excited for what they've got, so that's good. Although this year, for whatever reason, I don't know if it is because it is so hot out, they don't come out and look after their garden the way they did last year. And the truth is, I haven't been inviting them out to look after their garden. I've just been maintaining it for them. If they come out when I'm coming out, then they will ask to look after it. But it is so hot. If I don't have to be out here in the heat, I'm not coming out. So for that reason, I haven't been encouraging them to come and look after their garden. But I guess it would be a good idea every once in a while to let them do so, because then they will learn that they will get to see how you care for your plants in different types of weather. Okay, so this is my main garden, and I'm just gonna spread the bone meal out in it. I don't care much about adding the bone meal around plants that are not going to be flowering. But look at my melon. This is my third attempt to grow melon. Last year was better than the previous year because I got the melon to start producing, but unfortunately we had a cold snap, and because of that the few melons that I had on my plants died. So I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to get some melon. Now this melon is producing quite a lot of flowers, but so far I'm only seeing 2 female flowers. But hopefully, I'm not a fan of melon, but my husband and kids love melon, so for their sake I hope that it does produce. Now this little plant here is my Pottigel, and I am very disappointed in how it has turned out because this plant has been growing for at least 6 weeks, and look at the size of it. It doesn't seem to want to grow any further than that, so I'm not sure why that is, but I'm gonna see if I can take it up and put it in a container, and I might have to move it indoors to overwinter or to grow it indoors to see if I will get any Pottigel off it, because I would really like to get the Pottigel seeds, because the seeds are not something you can get unless you know someone who has the plant, and the only person I know who have the plant is my mom, and right now she's not in that location where she could get the seeds and send it to me. So I'm gonna have to try to see what I can do to preserve this plant so that hopefully I'll be able to get a Pottigel from it and the seeds. My cucumbers are doing quite well. I was surprised this morning as I was going through the garden and noticed that this one actually has a large cucumber on it. Oh, this one too. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, there. I was rather surprised to see that. That's good. Now I feel a little better because these cucumbers have been struggling for such a long time. So now they finally seem to be ready to produce some cucumbers for me. Okay, so this is how I get down in my garden. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. You can leave a comment in the section below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, time for grow.